everything was happening so fast. So I didn't get how konangu ilikatika saa ngapi. I didn't get it, but by the time everything was settling, miguu za gari ziko juu, there's no window literally. So for like I can't tell for how long I was out after the crash, but I think not more than 30 minutes, because when I woke up there's no one in the bus. Only one guy was left. I can't remember his name, but that guy saved my life. The system is not tailored to suit a person with disability. So what you do, you create your own system. You create your own world that you are comfortable in. Now from that space, you sprout with your own system. The world will adjust, trust me. My name is Janet Chapia. Majina kwa ID, Janet Ochieng Chapia. But mtani najulikana kama Alpha. I am born and bred in Nairobi, mzaliwa Kenyatta Hospital. Nimegrow up places mob, Nairobi. Mi ushago nimeenda twice, peke yake. Shosho wangu alikuwa na stay South B. Akahama kenda Utawala. There's no ushago connection as much, but ndaanza soon. Mtu hafai kusahau kwao. I was not born disabled. I was born like any other. I don't like to call it normal, because normal is what you decide to be. So around 2010 July, we lost one of our family members, my uncle, the late John. Then around July, burial ilikuwa ina happen kama kawaida, desturi ya Waluya, ushago. Na si ati ushago siku mbili, ushago mara kadhaa, kujua lazima mwili ifike, ione nyumba, iage nyumba. There's just a lot of stuff that happened. And it was quite normal, quite okay, though it was my first time to attend a burial of someone that I knew personally. So hiyo siku tulikuwa natoka ushago, we had hired a very big bus, a funeral bus. So nilituleta, it waited for us to turudi nayo Nairobi. My late uncle, when he died, he was just a young guy, around 30s. So ile audience, ile basi, you get, ni my youth, almost 90%. The elderly people walikuwa few, to auntie, to moja na ma uncle, na wengi wao walibaki ushago as you were coming back. That journey really changed life. But I could change. Ili change immediately, but mimi nili notice ime change earlier. So before tutoke kama kawaida, watu wakabeba busa. I'm not sure what really happened. Nasikianga fununu that dereva kuna venye alisip something, but I never sitakangi kudwell sana kwa hiyo story, because it doesn't change anything. Plus atujuange mali dereva alienda. Anyway, from Bungoma tukikuja, there's this part road ni two-way peke yake. Then one side, it's like a slope, kuna mto, and then some trees. Then the other side, ni kama cliff. And I'm not sure how long it goes, how deep it goes, but there's aka side madi kuna cliff. So momentum imeshika kabisa. I was in class 5, so sikuwa na friends kwa ile basi. Watu walikuwa wakubwa. So nilikuwa nimekalia viti mbili mimi peke yangu. So this side ni 2-seater, the other side ni 3-seater. So along that sasa iyo barabara, tukanotice gari inaenda very seriously, like speed imeshika. And before watu wa realize that the bus was swerving on the road, like left, right. So ikienda left, Malay Cliff, inakuwa very serious. Ikienda right, pia una imagine, okay, this side is easier, but tusipoanguka itakuwa better because people are screaming. Wale watu walikuwa wanalewa wanaita Jesus, you're like okay, kumbe watu wanakwanga wamekoka chini ya maji. But unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know how to say it, because of the venye kuliend up, no one died, but the car overturned on the side ya slope, rolled 3 times, then came to a halt while it was upside down. I can vividly tell this because nilikuwa like rather all through I was conscious, because it went right on the first side, the first time, then left, then right. Sasa ikitaka kurudi venye ilienda side ya right, ikitaka kurudi sasa vizuri, I think ili lose balance. Pia kuna mizigo, watu wametoka na mahindi na mafutu shago juu, then watu ni wengi, and as the kagari kisonga hivi, everyone goes on that side, so the weight inaenda your side. I remember kwa hiyo gari, the seats that were in front of me had this metal stuff ya kushikilia, so nilijishikilia kwa hizo chuma, and when the car turned, this hand ilitoka, but hiyo ikutoka yote, ilienda kutoka, but from the wrist nilifeel tu kama crack. Everything was happening so fast, so I didn't get how kono yangu ilikatika saa ngapi. I didn't get it, but by the time everything was settling, miguu za gari ziko juu, there's no window literally. So for like I can't tell for how long I was out after the crash, but I think not more than 30 minutes, because when I woke up, there's no one in the bus. Only one guy was left. I can't remember his name, but that guy saved my life. Kila mtu ametoka kwa gari, nimeamka, I was lying on my stomach. So the next step ni kuamka kupiga magoti, then you crawl out of the bus. But nilipeleka mkono moja hivi, then ingine, I'm like, okay, what's going on? The head is, the mind is it's a very weird organ. Because until you believe what you're seeing, you can never feel the effects. Like what you don't know doesn't hurt you. That's what they say. Because after kuona mkono iko vibaya, I didn't move, nili pause. Then the last guy, we were just the two of us kunabaki kwa gari, the last person, akaniona. He didn't say anything. Alifanya tu. Then grabbed me with this arm na akanivuta mpaka juu, because it's a hill. Tumedunda mpaka huko chini. Then naona watu wako huko juu, inakaa kama sherehe. Watu wako huko juu, people are dusty, watu wamekula mchanga ya red, watu wana viatu. It was chaotic, but I didn't get to understand what was really going on at the moment, like immediately. It was just fine. Nilikuwa naona accidents kwa news and stuff, but I never thought inge happen, and even if inge happen, ingekuwa that serious. So everything ikikuwa ime click, ime add up. I wasn't even in pain. I was okay. Kufika hapo juu, tulikuwa 6 by then. No, 7. We are 8 now, but by then we were 6. So mom akaanza kutafuta. Our firstborn is called Grace. Our whole family, we were in the same bus. Unajua ni matanga. Some na travel wote. Hakuna haja kuchoma fare. Kutoka Bungoma mpaka Nairobi ni 1500. Na nyinyi watoto wote 6. So any transport serious. And really tumefanya fundraising ya burial. So from that moment, mom anatafuta Grace akampata. Clinton is our second born. I'm the third born, then Vanessa, then Sylvia, Daniel, and then the other 2, Sian and Chloe. But Sian and Chloe came later on. So mom venye alifika kwa Clinton akampata. Venye alinitafuta hakunipata immediately, but she saw Vanessa. Vanessa is the fourth born. Then Sylvia was okay. And surprisingly, only 3 people got hurt in that accident. So by the time ananipata, my mom is called Caro. So a lady akamuita, Caro, ndio mtoto wako hapa. Hizo zote ni vitu nilikuwa nasikia. I was not seeing but was just hearing them because nilikuwa nimelalishwa beside the road hapo kando. Then mom came and I think at that moment she was the strongest because mimi sijui naweza fanya nini if I see my child amekatika mkono, bone iko hivi, damu inamwagika. Hizi vitu zinakuanga kwa movie but they are so real, like people look bad. Sikuwa nimeamini sina mkono aje. One guy called Eli akatoa jezi yake ya Manchester. Unajua juzi ndio nimejua hizi jezi zinakuanga na maana sana kwa wanaume. Na the fact that alinipatia jezi yake, man, he was a good one. Then one driver kwa E14 Nissan stopped and then he requested the passengers washuke then tupeleke victims, ndo apeleke victims hospitali. Those people who are severely injured were just two. Me and a guy called Georges. Now Georges alikuwa mbaya kuniliko. His right arm was there, yes, but no flesh. Literally. The glass ili chop off most of what is called flesh on the right side from the elbow wise. So some were hanging, others were practically not there. So the two of us were the ones who were critically injured. Something funny happened kwa hiyo moment. Kuna mama watatu walikuwa wamekaa backseat kwa hiyo Nissan. So dereva akasema kila mtu ashuke tupeleke victims hospitali. Mama akasema tumelipa, hatuwezi shuka. Dereva anayo time ya kubembelezana with these three women and already 14 minus 3 the rest wameshashuka wametuachia space. So the guy called Georges bin alikuwa na severe, alikaa nyuma ya dereva hizo viti tatu. Alikaa kwa hiyo kiti ya nyuma, then nilikaa kwa hii kiti na kwanga peke yake. So I'm just mbele yao. Mama wenyewe wamekataa kushuka. Sasa vile tuliingia wanaona madamu na mavitu zinakasijika, they started screaming. Tushikisheni, dereva akasema msijaribu kusonga, juu mkisonga mtamuumiza, juu the way I was sitting, the right side was on the way. Na mama alikuwa amekaa the next chair, hakuwa anataka hata mtu apite hapo karibu because ingeshika. I think walilipia kweli. Tukafika hosi hatukukaa sana because the hosi ilikuwa nearest, haikuwa big, haikuwa kubwa. We were transferred to another hospital. We stayed for 3 days. The first day nothing happened. The second day ndo mama insist nikafanywa surgery which was poorly done because nilikatika mkono from the wrist but they only cut the protruding bone, hawakutoa uchafu. So sisi tumerudi Nairobi after the 3 days, mkono inauma like sasa nilikuwa naambiwa the pain is part of the healing process. So painkillers and antibiotics. But at the end of the day, the pain ikakuwa too intense. So we went to some hospital hapo Madaraka. I can't remember the exact name. Then wakasema unfortunately mmekaa sana na hii wound bila kufanywa kuangaliwa as much na haikuoshwa vizuri. So from where ilikatikia imeoza up to where now it is now. Kwa hiyo hosi yenye nilipelekwa before I was taken to Marakani Cottage, hiyo yenye walidiscover imeoza na wakatoa usaa. Walinitoa hiyo usaa bila painkiller. Sijaisikia uchungu ni cheese. The bed nilikuwa nimewekwa, there was a curtain ilikuwa on my left. Niliraru hiyo curtain, si curtain tu, curtain na holder yake. Because I'm wondering, watu waweze nipatia hata tu Panadol. Because it was so painful. They were pressing the pus out. Pus mingi sana ilitoka. Anyway, from there immediately atukwenda home. Mama kanipeleka Mariakani Cottage. Mariakani Cottage iko South B, just opposite Our Lady of Mercy, just next to the school I was going. Nairobi South Primary School. So hosiko hapa church, then shule nilikuwa nasoma. I stayed there for 6 months. 3 months treatment, 3 months detained because mama alikuwa ameshindwa kulipa the fee ya hosi because ilikuwa ina accumulate more. We did fundraising. Our shosho used to stay police band just around hapo. kuna kwangana club kubwa hapo sana, hapo ndo tulifanya fundraising. Mama amegrow South B. Mama amesomea like South B ni area ya mam na mabro wake. But hiyo fundraising tulitoka na Chwani. Yani it did not help in any way. I was even given permission by the doctor in charge in that hospital niende kwa hiyo fundraising so that these people who are donating can see. But still tukatokana nothing. But at the end of the day, as long as mkono imepona, that was the main thing. We'll just figure out a way of getting out of hospital. Plus, by then nilikuwa nasikia stories za Kenyatta, watu wanakaa hosi, wanapona, hadi wanaandikwa kazi, walipe bill. So I thought like if they always get out of their situation, mimi ndatoka tu. Then one morning, Dr. Were, who was the doctor in charge at that time, tulikuwa wawili kwa hiyo hosi wenye from the accident, me and a guy called Bruce Musali. Yeye alikuwa amevunjika mkono, so alikuwa anafanywa operation 2 bones zirudi sawa, but we stayed for the same amount of time because pia yeye from his side there was a bit issue na cash. This doctor woke up one morning akasema wale watu wawili wamekaa kwa hiyo hosi yangu 6 months waachiliwe with no money. Maze hiyo day ilikuwa siku ingine bright. Cause umekaa mahali 6 months, then umamua sasa toka bila pesa. It was amazing and nishaenda kutembelea daktari kumwambia asante, alafu akanidai nikaogopa, lakini he was joking. But I'm grateful and I believe that was totally the hand of God. No man could do that. The first 3 months was hell because mashindano, drip kwanza ikuwa inapatikana. Nilikuwa na drip hapa kwa shingo, so hata kumove ilikuwa a bit hectic. The treatment was daily, kudresiwa mkono daily. But after the 3 months, to be honest, mimi nilikuwa najibamba. So I'm the kid for the whole hospital. The kid who is known by everyone, both nurses, workers, and patients. So as a small girl, mimi nilikuwa naingia wards za both men and women, so na restrictions, that is 1. 2, I could hang around kwa kitchen. Nilishapona, you get. Sasa nikupiga tu lap until one time the Dr. Were still akaniuliza nasomeanga shule fulani iko tu hapa kando. I'm like, yeah. Since inakaa kuna shida ya pesa, you're still here, but bado unasoma. Juu I did an exam in hospital. By the way, nilifanyanga exam hosi. Mama aliniletea exam. Kama jana unaweza fanya exam? Nikamwambia naweza try but I can't write because I was born right-handed. So kutumia left ilikuwa process which took me an year, but sa kwa hiyo exam sikuweza kuandika. So ilikuwa mom ananiuliza swali, ananionyesha options since ni ABCD primary, you choose then she writes. And there was an invigilator, class 5. My friend ilikuwa number 8. Number 9 mpaka mwisho walichapa mbele ya parade. Hapo mimi sina maoni, ni walimu waliamua. Mimi nilifanya 2 exam. But later on, after like a month or so, when after the 3 months, venye nilianza kuwa better, Dr. Were allowed me to go to school, nikirudi hosi. School, nikirudi hosi. Nilipata chance ya catch up na wengine. And I had a friend called Brenda. Brenda used to write notes for me. From maths, English, maths ina notes, English, Kiswahili, she studies, science na CRE. Alikuwa anaandika, ananifanyia homework. Ni mimi tunapeana jibu. Brenda used to do kazi ya watu wawili, yake na yangu. She was a blessing and a very good friend. So after tumetoka hosi, the doctor ametuachilia. Life was still hard. Tulifika hata home, mama amefungiwa hao, tuko nje. In fact, siku tulitoka hosi, tunaenda tukaka Capital Center, uchumi. Tulika for almost 3 hours. Mama alikuwa naso, akanibea yogurt ile kubwa since nimetoka hosi nishereke. We stayed there hadi jioni, ndo mama katafuta mali tutalala. There was a guy we were with him kwa accident naitwa Harrison ndo alitu house. alitu house kwa hao yake ya ghetto, some mabati house. So tulala kwa bed yake kama vijiko. Badala kulala bed hivi, kwa kitanda mkiko hivi, mnapangana hivi because it's me, mom, my brothers and sisters and Harrison. So tumepangana hivi, miguu hang as long as the upper body, which is the most important part, iko kwa bed. Life was hectic until vitu zikaanza ku make sense kidogo side ya mom financially na dad. By the way, my dad is stepdad, not my real dad. My real dad walikosana na mom years back. I called him kumwambia what happened about the arm, and then he's like, mnanidanganya, you just want money from me. Send some. So he said he's sending someone to come and see and confirm. So akaniuliza nikuletee nini? Nikamwambia bike. Nini ingine utaitisha at that age? Bike. And then he's like, unaenda kuendesha bike na mtu mmoja? I'm like, unaweza endesha bike at a free hand. Akaniambia I will come with that bike. Nikipata uko na mkono mbili nitapeana ukiona. Nikipata ni ukweli uko na mkono mmoja ndo nitakupatia. By the I am a professional cyclist. I cycle for the Paralympics. Anyway, back. Akukuja alitumana na tu yogurt hapo. After alitumana aka-confirm that it was really what we said it was, he didn't call. And I've never heard from him since today, which is okay. Mzazi ni kulea. And I have a father who was there for me. By the time tunapata accident, my stepdad alikuwa kwa another accident but earlier. Alikuwa amevunjika the ankle. He came with crutches kwa hosi kuniona. That is the dad I recognize. Because na hiyo pain ya mguu alikuja yeye mwenyewe. He saw and he encouraged me. He came. That is the most important thing. He came. Life was hard. Tumefungiwa nyumba severally, tumelala nje severally. There's this church called Manmin in Embakasi. Once washaitupatia space tulale kwa basi zao. It was better because hakuna upepo na baridi, lakini umbo. If hatukupata malaria serious that time, you go just sick it because it was hell. I thank God my elder sister Grace was fortunate by that time. So by the time I'm doing my Form 4, she and I went through the process of going to APDK National Council kwa examination board so that I could get extra time. Because ukiangalia pracs za chem, I need more time to handle the equipment. Juwezi saidiwa na student mwingine. I need more time to write the compositions and the essays, everything. So I was given extra time on each paper. So siwezi sema government haitusaidii sana. Government iko na story mingi. And as government imenilipia fee ya Form 3 na Form 4. Hadi balance ikabaki, my small sister kaitumia. So it really depends on how you push. I cannot say that stories may affect other people are not true, but on my side, I can say if you just push harder, it goes. Plus Nairobi, we are so many. People with disabilities tuko wengi sana. So if it's scholarship and any type of aid, sometimes it's hard for wewe kufikie because line ni refu sana. And your line kukua refu ina cost the government ina majana on those people who really need it. So some people will be left out. But I was not left out. Nikalipoa fee nikamaliza. After high school, by then I was staying with my sister. Mama alikuwa ameenda ushago. So me and my small sister, we were staying with my elder sister. So after Form 4, I wanted to be an advocate. My family was the greatest pillar. And how they helped me at that moment, it was totally contrary to how help is assumed to be. Because we are tuko wengi. So by the time napata accident, tuko 6. Mom and dad wako na financial issues. So hakuna hiyo time ya kubembelezana, tuko na low self esteem, ati usijue hakuna, like kuna rent yenye jalipwa, there's fee yako yenye jalipwa. There's just a lot on the table that no one was really giving me that special attention. By then, I never looked at it like, oh, they're not caring. No, there is a lot to handle. So maybe my issue will be sorted later. But time inasonga, you need to be dependent, you need to do stuff. Mama nenda job anakocha na mtoto mdogo. So nilitamani sana kujua kufanya vitu kivyangu. Because even before the accident, I used to help mom na vitu mob. Tulikuwa tunafanya biashara ya mandazi where we used to stay before uncle died. So tunafungua mandazi asubuhi, by 5, by 7 mandazi tumemaliza, tunauza, then mama anafungua salon, then by around 12 anafungua kibanda, then mimi nakaa kwa kibanda. Like shughuli ilikuwa mingi. So after the accident, I didn't want to kujikunja, and I've noticed that ukikuwa na disability and then utulie unakuwa more disabled. So what I used to do, nikiachwa kwa nyumba peke yangu, I used to try everything that I don't know how to. I used to try in every different way. The only challenge I had, and I still have it kidogo sahi inaisha, is trying things when someone is watching. For example, kujua kufua, now I wash with my legs. The way you hold one cloth. There's one side of the cloth with one hand, then the other side, and then you... So I do that with my knees. Hiyo siku nilikuwa najifunza hiyo technique. Hakukuwa na mtu home. Sitaki mtu ananihurumia, ama ataniuliza maswali, ama hata ninakaa awkward, because for real inakaa awkward. The way you're trying and not inakataa, then you're trying again. So everything that I learned nilikuwa nafanya kisirisiri. Then ikisucceed, watu ni wakuje home jioni waone. The day nilijua kuwasha gas, mimi ndo nasha gas. Nataka kupika, mimi ndo nasha gas. Because nilikuwa najua gas lazima uturn your knob, hewa itoke, and by the time una turn, ushawasha. But by the time unaasha tu then unaekelea hiyo inawaka. I was so excited. Mama kanunua, we normally call it kamata, ya kushikilia ugali, inakaa kama makasi. So ashikilia nayo ugali. So I was like, if I hold this kamata with one hand, how will I turn the ugali? So nika discover, still alone, you can hold ukisha clip the kamata on the sufuria, you hold it with this side. So lazima hiyo nini ikuwe raised, the cooking surface. So ikuwe raised, then ishikilio kamata na hapa. Then I turn. Hiyo siku watu walikula ugali yenye nimepika na iliiva. If meko iko chini, I hold the kamata with my knees. So I can still maneuver. Everything ilikuwa in a process, and I was my greatest critique in everything. So umeweza kupika ugali. So usipike ugali tu, pika ugali imeiva. Hiyo ni 1. 2, usipike ugali yako peke yako ama watu wawili. Make sure unazapika watu ya familia yenu. Si just tuko 8 with mom and dad. So pika ugali watu 8 na wakule washibe. So as much as I'm trying to do something so that I can be independent, I'm not just doing it for the sake of doing it. I'm doing it so that I can now be independent on my own and also serve another person. Because in my head, I'm not disabled. It's just this part. Well, all this is happening, mimi na Inje hatukukuwa friends sana. I didn't like, kama si shule ama church, niko kwa nyumba. Shule ama church, niko kwa nyumba. Because I didn't like the idea of people staring at you. And the idea of sometimes unavaa nguo inaanguka huko. This side is like, sikuwa nimezoea. Say at least, kuna venye nimeji. But kitambo I was not as comfortable with my own space as now. So Inje sikukuwa nimezoea as much. But with time, the more I got independent, the more nilikuwa na nguvu ya kuface watu sasa Inje. Because yes, I might look the way I'm looking, but trust me, imagine I was niko poa. The only thing ilifika, by the time last year around hapo, the only thing I couldn't do is tie my hair. I had dreadlocks before I shaved, so what I used to do, kuna venye nashikilia hairband na his side, then naingiza nywele zote, then itakuwa very loose, but I will find a way of pulling each strand one by one until it's intact, fold it, then wrap the head. So hautajua at the end of the day. The main aim is getting out of that space of brokenness and feeling alone and feeling that everything is just crumbling. I knew that education itani boost. So I wanted to soma so hard, as much as kulikuwa na issues za fee once in a while. That's why I was willing to repeat. But I believe how my family reacted, the way they were not really there, but they were there, prepared me for what is going on. Juu hapa nje, pia ni the same. Ni the same. As much as someone will see you and maybe get inspired, ama kurumie, whichever venye ataichukulia, at the end of the day, jioni mtu ataenda kwake. At the end of the day, hata kama atasikiza issues zako, sort one or two, you are still the owner and the wearer of that shoe. Ndio unajua mali na press. And until you solve the problem yourself from inside, no amount of help can really do anything. So the treatments that mom walinipatia na mabro, hiyo ya kigangster, hakuna hiyo time ya are you okay? Mungu mtu amekwanga. No, we were all, time yangu kufua nilikuwa nachua nguo na, like I used to wash clothes. My knees normally, like, due to friction, I form blisters when I wash a lot of clothes. So I'm trying to invent a tool to wash clothes with my hands, but it's still in the process. So that treatment ilinifanya nikakoma spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Like that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be not just hard, so hard, but you have to be harder than that hard. And that is what I picked from my family. Na even though tuko mpaka wa leo, there's nothing like ati my elder sister always forgets. Atanipatia shika hii, shika bado hii ubebe. Oh, nimesahau. Like they treat me normally, and that is what helped me. Because even though watu wananitreat hapa nje, na even though nataka watu wanitreat, though someone might not do it na mdomo, but venye ana behave ni hivyo, juu yeye atashughulikia needs zake, and you have to take care of your own needs. So kuishi na sis haikuwa for long. After high school I didn't stay with na sis for long, but before nitoke kwa sis nilipata job tao. Since I wanted to be an advocate, nilitafuta around zangu za town. I met with a guy, I can't remember his name, akani connect with an advocate hapo Tomboya Street. I was the secretary. So shughuli za kuosha ofisi na small errands, photocopying, kupeleka filing kwa koti and stuff. I was in charge. Huyu jamaa alikuwa ananipa 2,000 per month. Sasa 2,000 per month, sikuwa naelewa nafaa kufanyia nini. Sijui ni transport, sijui ni food, how am I supposed to grow? I don't know what he saw for him to give me 2K, even if sikuwa na experience or any papers. Because at the end of the day, I did what was supposed to be done. And that was the most important thing. Kama ni kufile kesi kotini nilienda, nikafile. Kama ni kutumwa kufotokopi nilifanya, kupanguza meza, desk, nadi kuwater plants, I did. I cleaned the office. So I believed I deserved more. But honestly, by then I didn't know my rights as much. Plus, ndo nimeanza shughuli, silipi rent. So instead of staying home, hatu nikam nipati hiyo experience, na hiyo 2K mwisho wa mwezi. But he started becoming rude time flani, because people are coming to his office. The first person they see is the secretary, which is me. So of course lazima ucheke na wageni, and some wagenis ukicheka nao, they leave you their business cards. Your business card ni ya kuwasha jiko, so you just call and see how you can work with that person. So there's this one person I called, the only person I called after poor business card. He was a bigger, he was higher in rank in terms of advocacy than my boss. So I explained to this gentleman that I am aspiring to be just like him. I'm not like able to afford the funds right now, but where I am, I'm gaining a bit of experience, keeping myself busy, and I would like books to read so that I can be conversant with what I am up for. He said, okay, the card has my location, office and stuff. So if you get time, you'll pass by and I can give you 1 or 2 books to read. That was like today. The next day, boss yangu amejamba sana, napigia customers wake na wasumbua. And the same day nilikuwa make mistake na document fulani. Ilikuwa inafaa kupigwa sign around ukielekea Ngong. There are some offices around huko. So nimetoka huko already na sijakiwa a very simple but important sign. So we had to go back. So hiyo hasira ya hiyo document na hiyo phone call ilikuwa so hard. Akanipigia kelele to a point hadi offices zingine watu wanashanga what's going on. Na napiga hesabu huyu ni jamaa ananitumanga soko ni muende Nduma. Saa zingine ananiambia nimpelekee nguo zake dry cleaning. All this plus the makelele for 2K. I couldn't. Niliacha job. Mbatu mimi nimepata mtu ananisomesha, nitakwenda ku further studies. Of course wanange pale na madhara because you never know tomorrow. But I lied. Sikuwa na form, honestly. So after niliacha hapo job, YouTube manenos, I learned how to bake. My sister alikuwa na oven. So tukaanza ka small businesses. We used to bake cupcakes. Tunauza kwa Esto. Then I used to supply, my big bro had a shop hapo Mudhurwa. His shop nilikuwa na supply keki and a few other spots. Busy kashika until oven burnt down. By the time oven ina burn down, sasa sina job completely. June ilikuwa inanipea hustle. All I'm doing ni rounding na mabeshte na art. I've been doing art almost all of my life. In every space, napata pen na paper, I sketch. Nikipata friends wanajua kupaint, I engage myself. So all this while, I'm doing small arts. And by then, I used to have a friend. He's still my friend. Called Hashu. Tulikuwa tuna paint around Mombasa Road. There's a market iko around hapo. Tulikuwa tuna paint hapo. So by the time job inaisha hapa, I also had to move out kwa Sis. I had to move out. So Sis alikuwa anakaa still anakaa Kariakoo. Kwa Kariakoo kuna hii side ya Rescos. Then kuna hii side nyingine inaitwa Ziwani. So Ziwani ndo nilianza life. I was staying in a aluminium apartment ya 4K. Sis alikuwa anani support by then. By the time na hama alienda nilipia deposits. I can buy a few things za kuanza. My brother-in-law had a hotel. Hapo ndo nilifanya kazi. So my first real employment nilikuwa waiter and a cashier Kirinyaga Road, Crescent Lane. Nilikuwa nauza food hapo. I worked for an year or 2 until COVID came. Watu wa hoteli tukarendwa jobless, very serious. Very serious. So kwa hiyo process yote, I was still crocheting with my leg for fun. Sasa hiyo for fun ilibidi ikuwe for cash venye job iliisha. Jupe job tuko nalipwa per day. Na mtu analipwa per day, every day ni work day hadi Sunday. Jubila hiyo Sunday kama utafanya kazi, hiyo punch ama hiyo sombeli itakupita. So 100 was what I used to start. Nilikuwa na son kanunua uzi nono, nikashona bunnies, kofia za watoto 2, nikauza soso, kaleta so 2, nilikuwa na akumata ni business afanya. Nikashona kofia zingine 4 alafu sikuuza. But eventually, sikuuza for a while, but eventually zikaenda. So from then ilikuwa hustling from hand to mouth. Niko na rent ya 4K. Justus alikuwa ameacha kunisupport by then. Inakuwa hectic sana kulipa. So I had to shift. From Ziwani, I went to Dandora, but si ndani sana, huku phase 1, kujuju. Nikakaa for a while. But a friend lost a relative. Tukaenda ushago kwa Ukambani. Then from hiyo kuhang out na watu wa Ukambani, I got a job. So for a term, I was a teacher at Kase Primary School. Mwingi Kase. Kase is a small native town in Ukambani. Nilikuwa officially I was the class teacher wa class 5. Nilikuwa nawafunza science. Class 6 nilikuwa nafunza social studies na CRE. Class 8 English. Class 7 social studies na CRE. Then grade 4 I used to teach science and agriculture and life skills. Hapo I think mapapers zangu za high school zilinisaidia. Hapo ndo zilikuja in handy sana because that was what was used to get me a job there. Nilikuwa nalipa 7k. So 7k si mbaya. Nalipa rent yangu Nairobi, hiyo nilikuwa na stay house ya 3500 Dandora. So 3500 nikilipa na baki na half. I buy a few things because nilikuwa na stay kwa boma yao this friend while I was working for that whole term hapo kwa hiyo space ya hiyo shule. So after the term I came back to Nairobi. The little money I had saved nikaingia nayo kole ya computer pale ICS hapo commercial, nikafanya for 3 months, nikapata cert yangu ya computer. Then one of these days the same guy nilikuwa nafanya naye art Ashu akanipigia akaniambia jana niko na exams, so kuna job fulani siwezi fika, but since we're in the same field enda unisaidie kuandika hizo unisaidie kuandika majina kwa certificate kwa function fulani watakujenga. Kaambia bro, hata fare mali niko kutoka hapa Brightone sina. Akaniambia usijali, wewe watu smart, panda nduthi watakulipia fare. How juni agent na nishasema sitakuwa available, so they need someone haraka. Kutoka Dandora mpaka Tao na nduthi very fast nikafika. The event was in Kibera Roland. Now that is how my Kibera life started. I met Maria Omare, a very nice lady, the owner and founder of the Action Foundation. Nilimit naye in very weird circumstances because nilifika na this is what you're supposed to do, fanya haraka masaa naenda. So as I'm signing, she comes and like, aki utabidi umeharakisha, namwambia ina shida. So naharakisha nikijua huyu ndio mwenye ako in charge maybe a ceremony ama mtu ametumwa, so anani pressure. She was so simple, down to earth, you couldn't even know she's the CEO. After nimemaliza, so I'm like, ni umetengeneza hizi bags? There were some bags ziko hapo. They had dignity kits bag, small stuff for girls, because the whole organization deals with persons with disabilities, but mainly girls. Nikamwambia hata mu crochet bags. To be inakatuko in the same field. So I'm thinking naongea na dem mwenzangu, someone, yes, amenishinda umri kidogo, but tuko in the same field. Not knowing, naongea na mwenye anaweza nipatia kazi pap. And that's what happened. In fact, that same faction akaniambia, I want you to talk to my girls, because I see you're vibrant, you're cheerful, you're motivated, and that is what I need for this girl. So for that moment, I was a small speaker that day. Nikamaliza nikapewa pesa yangu, niko na feel fit sana. Nikamwambia, by the way, umefanya nini? Nikamwambia, mimi nakwanga tu artist wa hapa kule, but nimefanya computer juzi tu nimemaliza. Because knowledge iko fresh sana. Kaniambia they have a program that they take the caregivers of the children that they are serving, then they take them through vocational studies like computer training, pastry, catering, dressmaking and stuff. So I was the one to train them in computer. Hapo nilipata job, Action Foundation. So apart from teaching them computer, I was also crocheting for the same, and still nilikuwa nafunza hawa mama ku crochet. And that is how nilipata job Action Foundation. Action Foundation, I've been there for 2 years. Nilifika kama mwalimu wa computer, but shughuli zikazidi. I did some small interviews, I travel here and there, Mombasa. I've attended Women Deliver to represent women with disabilities in business. And my greatest achievement while in Action Foundation, sikuwahi jua ningeikuwa fundi wa mbao. Honestly, Maria came with an idea of toys. We could make toys for our own kids and sell toys to sell so that we can support the foundation. We can have a section of the foundation that is independent, a business side of the foundation. So ndo tukaanza hiyo journey pole ya kufanya kazi ya mbao. And amazingly, Maria gave me support that it was unusual. First of all, msichana hana experience. Secondly, akona mkono moja. me and Maria, we juggled everything hadi Maria tukafika. So she sees this and asks me, unaweza fanya hii? I'm like, yeah, na niko sure siwezi fanya. So what I do, I take it, I look for similar stuff on the internet, napitia videos. Apart from that, I used to volunteer in small workshops. Like I volunteered kwa DIY studio hapo Hurlingham. So unafanya kazi for free, unatumika very serious in this workshop so that you learn how to handle machines, learn how to do stuff that are core in woodwork measurements. And with time, as I asked for, Nambia Maria, we need a jigsaw. She buys a jigsaw. We need a sander. She buys a sander. And she was not like rigid in anything. She was flexible. She was okay. She was make mistake ananiambia sasa hii hata sister, hii si oval. We need to redo and we did and redid until by the time I was coming out of Action Foundation, there's a foundation built for inclusive toys, and not just toys to be used by normal kids, but also the special ones. There are some used in therapy, like the Vecro board, even for people that have been affected by stroke. So before and even during when I was in Action Foundation, my brand was still alive, but it was something that unaifanyanga before ulale, maybe ama weekends. It's not something I was really serious about, but I had plans. I had great plans because at the end of the day, I had a vision of being self-employed. And without sijaenda shule nikasomea udaktari fulani, kwa advocate by the time naacha kazi huko, apart from hiyo kazi, niliacha mpaka hizo ambitions na hizo dreams kwa hiyo ofisi. I've never been interested tena kuwa advocate. So by the time I am leaving Action Foundation, I had created a foundation for myself. Another reason why I'm saying my boss was an amazing lady is that she knew I had this brand. She knew what I was doing, because what I am doing now, part of it, I was still doing it in her organization. And she supported me still. Ni ngumu sana kupata boss mwenye ako sawa na wewe na biashara zako huko nje. Na si sawa tu anakusupport. So by the time I'm out of Action Foundation, I had created a bit of stability, something I can work on. Before I got this, I was using my leg. And surprisingly, a few months back, I was looking at what I did without this. And it was a lot. I made more than 6 sets of crochet mats. So 6 sets, so 6 times 6, that's 36 mats. I made 3 bags, 1 small, big 2 gym bags. I made a couple of products with my leg. And these are things that I noticed after. While I was doing them, I was like, I am so slow. I don't know what I will do. Because I even talked to Maria and I was like, nashona pole pole. Like, it is risky for business, to be honest. If I can spend a whole day on just this thing, this is serious. Positioning, difficult. Maumivu, later, it was just hectic. But I never used to focus on that. That is why I managed to do all that work. I used to have a space kwa workshop. When you get workshop, una mambao, and then una ka spot, kuna mattress, na kashuka. Kume hapo ndo nakaa nikicrochet because I can't sit like normally even on a chair because I must fold my leg. So after I got this, it was a real booster because I'm faster, I'm more efficient. Even now that I'm expectant, I can still crochet because it's impossible to crochet the way I was in the States. So this friend called Bernard Mutiso alikuwa beshte yangu tukifanya kwa Action Foundation. Just this nice OT doctor mwenye mnacheka naye once in a while. unamexplainia tu issues tuko nazo, the phantom pain and stuff. But this one day he's like, by the Alpha naweza kujengea kitu fulani, unaweza eka kijiko, naweza kufisa kijiko ukule nayo, naweza kutengenezea pen. Hizo ndio examples mbili alinipatianga, kijiko na pen. But I'm like, pen naandika, kijiko na kula. Like, hata si must kijiko kukula. No, this I'm African. But this is what I need. So I'm like, nitengenezea crochet. Oh, crochet. Unataka ikayaje? Crochet itakaje? Nikamwambia, I would like it in a position where the hook is facing me. And it is hapa juu. Ni kama nimeishikilia. So venye ningeshikilia spoon, nishikilie this. Hii material, it's like plastic, sort of. So when it's heated, inakuwa flexible, but flexible just for a few minutes before it cools, then comes rigid. So by the time it's cooling, it was turned to fit my arm, because even without you fastening the velcros, it still fits. Then he permanently fixed this crochet. It's a 5.0 mm crochet. He permanently fixed it there. Hiyo siku yenye alinipa hiyo idea, hiyo siku ndo alitengeneza. Maze nilivaa kwa hii mkono, I felt so nice. So nice. I did not need any practice. Honestly, nikiulizwa ulijuaje kutumia kitu, I have no answer. Nilivaa hivi, it felt comfortable because ameniwekea aligning ya sponge ndani. Then since I was crocheting by that time, nikachukua tu mat, nikaendeleza. And if you have the knowledge in you, it will always flow. It flows, and I'm faster, I'm better, I am neater. So if kitambo nilikuwa nachukua a day to do this, now sai in a day I make 6 of this. Then hizi kubwa 4 in a day. Hiyo ni adjustment ingine yenye I couldn't, singeweza kumanuva nayo na magoti. And one thing I had told myself is that as much as the fact that I am entering in this crochet industry, which needs time and patience and speed, I must be able to meet these requirements. Sitaingia pale na woshe ati juu niko na mkono moja na crochet, so mimi nipewe extra time kama pale kwa exams cases. No, this can't work. This is the real life. This is real industry. So if people are crocheting fast, I have to be at par with them. I have no excuse. And to them and to me, I have no limitations. So with this, ilini boost, I was still ready to kuingia kwa hiyo market with my leg. Nilikuwa ready. So this made me more ready, more energized and psyched up. Like, ilini boost. Because the thing is it 6 per day? 6, the machine, is it a set can be done in a day. And previously a set was done in a week. So it was just a huge turnaround. And this now is my permanent shughuli. I wake up, I crochet. Before I sleep, I was crocheting. And apart from crocheting, I do macrame. Macrame, you still work with yarn, but not, you're not basically using any crochet or needle. It's just a combination of different knots with, of course, an idea, an artistic idea to come up with different items. There's the wall hanging. You can make bags, you can make such mats, but not, of course, the same pattern or the same design. But a mat can come out of macrame as much as a mat can come out of crochet. As a small business, which it is right now, since I've been independent for like 2 months now, I have a list of products that I can deliver without down payment, like the set of table mats. If someone orders, they can get a bag. I have crochet tote bags, the bottle holders, the key holders. The set of mats come with runners. This is the coffee set, and these ones are for the plates. They all come with runners, but they're optional. They come in sets of 4, 6, and 8. It is easy to do a new design, plus it is easy to incorporate different types of wood and accessories with macrame, including beads. Like for example, the holders that I use for my wall hangings are twigs that I pick from in Kibera. Kuna hii side ya Kibera, then kuna hii side ya forest. And it's a space where the public is allowed to kwenda na feel the nature. So on the edges, just on the entrance ya that ka forest, there's trees zenye zime haribika, si kuharibika, zenye zimekauka, and the twigs are fallen off. So those are the ones that I use, because I can't go cutting trees. I don't even have the energy, and it's illegal. And in return, we do tree planting once in a while. Now, as I was teaching myself, growing and learning, I have friends who are also artists. So apart from me learning from them, they learn from me. So whenever there's a big order, we come together. Hawezi kula peke yako. You can't. Alone, you just go fast, but with people, you go far. And that is where I want to go. And with people, you get more ideas. Sometimes unaweza waambia, no, this is what you want to make. But in the process, one or two people, one person may have a better idea or a more creative idea. So in the long run, it is a symbiotic relationship. Everyone is benefiting from the other. I usually have a big bag everywhere I go. Sikosangi ka product kangu hapo ndani. So I always advertise myself everywhere. In church, in institutions that I've visited, in seminars. Anywhere I can talk to someone that doesn't know what I'm doing, I always say to advertise myself as much as I can. So if you want to reach out for orders and inquiries, Instagram handle Koroshi Collection, CORROUCCI, Koroshi Collection, Kenya, Instagram. There's also the business line number, which is 0713 260 302. So there's also a spot where I display my products, current center at a beauty salon spa called Glam Guru. You can find me there on Saturdays. That is when I come and restock and do a bit of math, but I work from home generally. But that is where I display my products. Glam Guru, spa and barber shop, current center. Yes, ukipotea namba ni ile, then you'll be directed and guided. Yes, I want to be financially stable. I believe I'm smart enough. I believe I am humble enough. I believe I'm teachable enough to reach a point where I am totally and financially stable and independent. That is 1. 2, I want to transfer my ideas and my I can't say my ways, because people move in different ways, but basically my ideas to other people, other special people. Well, one of the products that I'm trying to come up with is a set of alphabets and numbers that are coming in Braille and sign. Distribute them not to special schools, no, to normal schools. Painting spaces with inclusive stuff, and not just in words, in Braille and in sign. Like trying to make every space that I engage in inclusive. I'm not a specialist in Braille or sign language, but I have people I'm working with, people who are now experienced in terms, they have papers, they are qualified in teaching Braille and sign language. And the person in charge of Braille is actually blind, like completely blind, so he really knows what he's doing. So my main aim is to bridge that gap.